Well, it's common knowledge and has been reported in the media that that Al-Qaeda is going back into Iran and receiving training and are coming back into Iraq from Iran. That's well known. I'm sorry.
Senator McCain.
I'm sorry. McCain. The Iranians are training extremists.
Senator McCain.
Not Al-Qaeda. Not Al-Qaeda.
Senator McCain.
I just came back from visiting a prison in Iraq. The Army general there said that the techniques under the Army field manual are working and working effectively, and he didn't think they need to do anything else. My friends, this is what America is all about. This is a defining issue.
McCain milestone, his vote protecting the CIA's ability to torture suspects. At issue, a bill that would make every American interrogator follow the Army field manual, which just happens to ban waterboarding. McCain voted against the ban last night, claiming waterboarding is already illegal, claim obviously not binding on this White House, which promises to veto McCain's reversal yesterday, coming just hours after the conservative GOP House leadership, in the Washington Post's phrase, unexpectedly emerged from a secret meeting with McCain and endorsed him.
I don't oppose war in all circumstances, and when I look out over this crowd today, I know there is no shortage of patriots or patriotism. What I do oppose is a dumb war.
Us rushing headlong into a war unilaterally was a mistake and may still be a mistake. If it has happened, then at that point what the debate's really going to be about is what's our long-term commitment there? How much is it going to cost? What does it mean for us to rebuild Iraq? How do we stabilize and make sure that this country doesn't splinter into factions between the Shias and the Kurds and the Sunnis? Speech that I delivered in 2002 wasn't just me getting up and yelling, "I'm against the war." It was a very clear, specific outline of what I anticipated would happen if we went into war and why we shouldn't do it. And it stands up pretty well. I could give that speech today and it would look like I was simply reporting on what had happened over the last 5 years. That was based on good judgment, and that I think is the ultimate measure of whether or not somebody can do a good job in this difficult task. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that, well, first of all, I didn't have access to any special information beyond the information that was publicly available. The colleagues of mine who are involved in just having conversations with them. A lot of it, though, has to do with the fact that I lived overseas for a number of years. And in that sense, I was never persuaded that we could create a Jeffersonian democracy in Iraq. And that was based on specific experiences of living in Indonesia or knowing my family in Kenya, and understanding how powerful tribal and ethnic sentiments are when it comes to many of these countries. And that in a power vacuum, you were going to see a lot of organizing around ethnic and tribal lines in ways that could be very dangerous. And concluded, this doesn't make sense. Some of it probably was also my lawyer's training. I mean, I watched pretty carefully the presentation made by Colin Powell at the United Nations. And as a lawyer, you're trained to poke holes in somebody's case. And I thought to myself, well, this has got to be the strongest case that they were bringing to bear everything that they had. And it didn't look particularly strong to me. And so what that told me was that Saddam Hussein no doubt coveted weapons of mass destruction, but I was entirely unpersuaded that he had in his possession anything that would be an imminent harm to us.